Hey, everybody. How are y'all doing? It is the president and founder of Helping Hands Credit Solutions coming in to you guys on another Free Tip Tuesday. So I am going to invite a few people in, and we're going to go ahead and get started on our free tip today. Today we are basically going to be talking about giving back to the community. I know that a lot of people are into giving and feel like during this time of COVID that they want to do what they can to give back. So that's what we're actually going to be talking about today. How you can give back, how you can find places to volunteer at, things like that during this time. Again, we are going to talk about giving back to our community. Not going to be before you guys long, but I am going to talk to you guys about this important information. Thank y'all so much for being on every week, watching us, sharing our lives, rewatching the replay on YouTube. We are growing due to each and every one of you, and we truly thank you so much for that. I'm just inviting a few people in, and like I said, we're going to get started to actually talk about giving back to the community. If you know me, I am big, big, big on giving back. I know that God saved me and He helped me, so my way of thanking Him is definitely giving back. And I know a lot of other people, they feel better whenever they're giving to other people. So that's where we're going to talk about different things that you can actually do to give back, get involved in your community, especially if you are a business owner. It is imperative that you are doing community service work for your community. How else are you expecting people to know who you are if you're only coming out whenever you're needing something from them? So giving back, good morning. So giving back is very, very important. I wouldn't suggest just giving back literally to get your business name or anything out there. I would literally suggest that you give back because you had a sincere heart to actually give back or whatever to the people. So, again, like I stated, I'm not going to be before you guys long, but I'm going to come in strong, all right? So, a lot of people have been asking, I do a homeless drive, and usually after I do my homeless drives, I have a lot of people that'll be like, hey, how did you get that going? You know, I want to do something in my community, or I want to do something similar to that. Everyone doesn't want to serve the homeless. You know, you have some people that want to get back to the children. You have some people that want to do something with the domestic violence, men and women, different things like that. So whatever your heart desires for you to give back, I definitely would encourage you to do that. If you don't see an opportunity for you to give back in the I guess the idea or the way that you will want or whatever, then create it. Okay? It doesn't take much for you to literally create an event for you to actually give back. So first we're going to talk about those people who want to get involved or do some stuff in their community. The first thing that I would actually do if I was one who wanted to get involved but I did not want to create anything, I would actually see in my city, in my church, I would talk with my friends, I would talk with my family, and I would just ask them like, hey, do you have any events coming up that you would need my assistance with? And you'd be surprised how many people literally are doing things. They just may not be advertising it on social media and different things like that. And they really do need somebody to actually help them. And so you can help them with ideas. You can help them with actually bringing things for whatever you guys actually decide. And giving back to your community can be in a lot of different ways. You know, like this, what I'm doing on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, I give out free information. That's me giving back to my community, my Facebook internet community or whatever. But I also like to physically give back to the community that I'm actually in, whether I'm living in that community or I'm working in that community. So those are two different communities that you guys could actually find a way to give back in, where you work at and where you live at, if those are two different ones. Of course, some people are living and working in the same place. So, for instance, like me, the city that I live in, one way that I give back is I actually sit on a board for my city. So I make sure that I have input in what is actually going on for certain things that's happening in this city. So that's a way of volunteering. Another thing is I volunteer with the Dallas Police Department, and that's in the city of Dallas. I used to live in the city of Dallas, but a lot of times with my work and stuff like that, I'm in Dallas, so I give back that way. Also, for my company, each year we actually host a homeless drive. And what we do during that time is we actually reach out to people asking them for monetary donations, and then or the physical donations of whatever items that we need. And then we meet with them to pick up those items, as well as we ask, hey, if they would like to volunteer. Okay, and so every year we get back to the homeless. This was our second. Sorry if you guys missed it, but we had our second annual get back to the homeless drive that was actually in June of this year, and the one before that was in December of 2019, and we will be having another homeless drive in December of 2021. I'm sorry, 2020. I said December 2019. That's wrong. December of 2020, because it's 2021. And then we're going to have another one, like I said, this year in December 2021. Thanks to you guys, it gets bigger and better every year. So if you're starting out something for your community, don't worry about how many people are not going to contribute, okay? Because what you want to do is that no matter what you get, you know that each year is going to grow and it's going to get bigger once you're letting people know your dream and your vision. But the best thing that I will recommend that you do when you're trying to do something in your community is link up with other people like you or other businesses. If you're doing it for your business, link up with other businesses. You know, it is collaboration over competition. Whenever I do my homeless drives or whatever, literally 90% of the donors are literally in the same industry that I'm in. So it's okay to have people that are in the same industry to actually help you. But also make sure that you help them as well, because it's a two-way street, all right? You don't want to always seem like you're the one looking for donations, or always seeming like you're the one looking for volunteers, and you're never willing to donate and you're never willing to volunteer. That's not how that goes, okay? So you want to make sure that you're always keeping yourself available when you can, of course, for those times that you can actually give back. One thing about me and people that know me, I be looking for opportunities, okay? I be like, hey, is the church having something? Hey, don't forget to call me. Or, hey, is this daycare doing this? You know, it's like I am usually always looking for the time to volunteer. However, my schedule has gotten busy to where I'm not able to volunteer as often as I would like to, but I definitely do still volunteer a lot. I used to be the type of person, I have people that can back me up on this, I will volunteer pretty much dang near every day, okay? Of course, I wasn't working like that at the time. So I always do my best to find a way to give back, because I used to be a person that did not care for others. So now I do my best to give as much as possible into others, okay? Especially those that are less fortunate, okay? Or those who will never be able to repay me back, or those who may never see me again, okay? So if you're trying to give back to someone to be seen, I would advise you not to do that. But there has been some people ask me about doing a back to school drive. If you want to do a back to school drive to give back to the kids and different things like that, then all you have to do is, again, connect with your friends and your family and let them know exactly what your vision is on what you want to do. then you're going to want to reach out to local merchants in your community and let them know, like, hey, we're doing a back to school drive, 5 miles down, such and such, to help the kids in this community. Can you donate 50 glue sticks or something like that? Whatever you're needing someone to donate for your cause, make sure that you are specific. Okay, don't just say that, hey, we doing a back to school drive. Let them know exactly how many kids you plan on trying to service, how many backpacks you would like to have, what kind of supplies would you like to have in those bags, things like that. You need to be very specific whenever you're asking for donations and stuff like that, you guys, because this is stuff that people want to know, basically where their money is going. And not only that, this will help you get a better outcome of who's going to do what for your engagement that you're having for the community. For instance, whenever I have when I'm preparing for my homeless drive, one of the first things that I do is I actually reach out to people and I'll let them know, hey, our homeless drive is coming up. Would you like to donate? Would you like to help be on the planning committee? Or would you like to be a volunteer? Those are things that I ask, and then they'll respond back to that. So then I'll let them know, okay, well, our goal is to serve 300 people. Here is a list of the items that we need. But only thing that we need from you is we wanted to know if you can buy 20 toothpaste or if you can donate $25 so that we can go and get those things. So you see how that's detailed, that's specific, that's basically giving them everything that they need, but they're actually able to choose, because you're going to need, whenever you're doing any type of event and you're doing it for the community, you're going to need help with that. All right, I'm not going to say you can't do it by yourself, but I'm just going to say it wouldn't be wise for you to actually put all that stuff on yourself, because it is a lot that you're going to have to do. So you want to make sure that you have a planning committee that's going to actually help you plan this event that you actually want to do for the community. All right? And each person, plays their part. Like, for instance, my first homeless drive that I had, it was 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe it was about 5 of us. And the goal that year was to serve 100, and we end up serving literally well over 200 people. And then in June, the goal was to serve 300 people, and I'm trying to think. I think we had well over 10 to 15 people with the planning committee on that. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a committee, some people that are with you that are going to actually help you whenever it comes to actually planning these things, reaching out to the donors, picking up items that are going to be needed. That's another thing. You want to make sure that you give everybody the option to either pay cash, send you money via electronic, or they'll be able to drop off, or you will be able to pick up the donations that they're actually dropping off. So don't be asking for donations if you are not willing to pick them up, you guys, or if you don't have anyone that is going to be able to pick those items up. That's another reason why it's important for you to have a committee, someone or people that's going to actually help you plan this, because you may not have time to meet somebody for the donations or whatever that they're going to donate, but somebody else that's on the planning committee will be able to meet them people for you, okay, and still get those items. Now, whenever you are doing something for the community and you're asking the community and stuff for donations, make sure you keep track of those donations, whether it's monetary or whether it's physical, on everything that you received, okay? And then you want to put it like in a spreadsheet. And then you want to make sure that you have the email of all of your donors, or if they're on social media or text message, however you're able to communicate with them, and send them a copy of all of the items that was actually purchased with the money. Then once you have your event, make sure that you record it and send them a copy. Okay, because that's going to help you next time that you have your event to actually have more people, because they're actually seeing, hey, that you are what you say that you are. You're doing the things that you said that you're going to do. You have the evidence, things like that. So a lot of people are going to want to be a part of that. Each time I do my homeless drive, like I say, we've done it twice. It is growing bigger and bigger. Okay, so I mean, this was only the second year. It had already shocked me off my feet. I know that this year, if you guys seen the homeless drive that we actually had in June. So that's what I have to say pretty much about giving back to the community. Also, you can look on like Eventbrite. You can look on Facebook. Events, things like that, if you're actually looking for ways to give back, or if you want to create your own. You can seek volunteers that way, create your flyers, things like that, put them on Eventbrite, put them on the Facebook Marketplace, and create an event, and just get to inviting friends and family and things like that. And you will really be surprised how many people are going to show up and show out, literally because they have the heart of a servant, and they want to serve and they want to give back. Now, I don't recommend, if you're giving back to certain groups of people, for you to record their faces, whether it's kids, whether it's homeless people, whether it's the less fortunate, things like that. That's just me. I'm not saying that's the law or anywhere to where that's how you have to do it. I do believe in dignity and respect of everyone, so I never want to belittle anyone. So that's why I do my best not to show their faces whenever I'm doing that. So I hope I've helped you guys out a little bit, giving you guys more insights on how you can give back to your community, and not just say you want to give back to your community. Like I said, you can volunteer for the fire department there. I was going to say the police department, but I'm not sure about that now due to COVID. Now, a lot of different opportunities may have, again, not be where they were due to COVID and things like that. So, again, like I say, create your own. Okay, if you see that, hey, there's a lot of babies and you want to help all these babies and stuff like that, to create a baby drive, create it. You don't see anybody else doing it. Or even if they are doing it, partner up. That's another thing that we did. Before we actually did our homeless drive this year in June, we actually went down to actually survey the homeless, and we seen other organizations and stuff down there who were doing the same thing, giving back to the homeless. So we was letting them know what we were doing, and they were really excited and stuff like that. Even the day of our event in June, we actually partnered up. We was like right next to another organization who was giving back to the homeless. So find a way, literally, to give back. Again, no matter what your heart, what you have in your heart to give back, just make sure that you're doing that you're not just talking about giving back. You're physically out there giving back. Again, whether you are creating these events, if you're volunteering for an event, or if you're even volunteering just to be on the committee. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do in your own backyard to give back to those people in your community that see you, that depend on you each and every day. So I'm not going to be before you guys any longer. Thank you guys so much for being on today. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Helping Hands Credit Solutions. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Again, we just thank y'all so much for sharing our lives and all of our content and stuff that we're doing, because it is literally because of you guys that we are actually growing. So I am honored, and I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I really do thank everybody. You don't necessarily have to spend money. You just sharing my comments, my content, my lives. I'm so forever grateful for that. So y'all continue to be blessed. Have a blissful Tuesday, and I will see y'all in next week.